Hey guys, there's a case going on right now that quite a few people have asked me what my opinion is on this case. And actually, it's an ongoing case, so typically I don't comment on any cases that are not closed. I think that's true for most of us in the true crime community. And that's one alarming thing that's been happening with all these new channels that have hopped on board as soon as the case of Christopher Watts hit the headline news. Because long before his sentencing, the new channels, or the channels who were the channel creators, I should say, who were never interested in true crime cases before, were literally violating his rights, in my opinion. He had the right to be presumed innocent before the sentencing hearing. Well, anyway, there's another case ongoing, and people have asked me, what do you think about this case? Last week, the lawyers for one of the parties in the case appeared on a YouTube channel and answered questions for that YouTuber's subs. And it was really interesting. And one of the lawyers said something that I just want to read. I jotted down what she said. And I quote, "This story resonates with a lot of people who have shared experiences. For one reason or another, it definitely resonates with a lot of people. And that, to me, justifies continuing to tell this story. And I know there are people saying, why is this public? Why are we talking about this? Shouldn't there be some things that we keep private?" The counterpoint is that without somebody willing to subject themselves to this level of public scrutiny and criticism, a light would not be shining on the system right now and exposing some issues. These questions would not be being asked. But I think that's how we, as a system, grow and evolve and improve. I think that lawyer nailed it. Not only for the case that she's involved with, but also, I think, for the case of Christopher Watts. You know, we're hearing it over and over again. Oh, you're jealous. Oh, you're obsessed. And all this other garbage talk. No, we're not. We're looking at a true crime case because two little girls were murdered in what should have been the safety of their own home. And we are looking at issues like the battered male syndrome. We are looking at issues about whether or not there was a CPS case. We are looking at issues of whether or not somebody was obsessed with signing up for a bunch of product-based MLMs. We're looking at the issues of whether or not poor little Bella and Cece were being medically abused by their mother. These issues matter because Bella and Cece matter. We're also looking at the issues of how Cindy Watts has been harassed, threatened, doxxed, defamed, libeled, slandered, and what appears to be with malicious intent. There's an ongoing campaign of hate against her. And we're examining that too. Now, this case that's ongoing, I'm not going to say the name of the case, and you'll never see me posting a picture of any of the parties involved in that case until that case is closed. And even then, I'm not going to be posting pictures of the children. And I think that the channels that do, well, I don't think they should be doing that. But I will say this. Actually, I might make little videos, like short videos for each little topic instead of trying to put it all in one big video. Because I would like to comment on one part of this big debate that's going on online, on social media, about that case. And that is that some people are saying that, oh, well, in a nutshell, it's a big custody battle, okay? And one parent has called for help, has dialed 911 for help multiple times with her new partner, okay? For domestic violence. And the big debate on social media is whether or not that even matters. And I'm shocked that anybody would begin to think that it wouldn't matter. Of course it matters. And evidently this entire case started because one of the children told a trusted teacher about witnessing domestic violence, or at least being in the home when he heard physical abuse going on against one of his parents. With only that issue, with only that one issue, okay? And I don't mean only to minimize, but with just one incident of a child reporting that his parent was evidently getting beat on, or evidently got hit or shoved or thrown over the table or whatever while he was in the home, that is huge. And then you top it off with multiple phone calls, multiple times that the parent dialed 911 for help alleging domestic violence. And that doesn't matter? Of course it matters. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just shocked that anyone would begin to suggest that it wouldn't matter. By the time a person who is being abused within their own home by a spouse or partner or whatever you want to call it, by the time they call for help, gee, I wonder how many times before they finally got the guts up to dial 911 that something happened and they didn't call for help. We're not talking a purse dial or a butt dial. We're not talking somebody saying, oh, sorry, yeah, I misdialed. We're not talking somebody saying, well, you know, it's pretty tense right now, but everything's okay. We're talking somebody who was absolutely distraught and calling for help. Yeah, that matters. And some of you may not realize this, but not that long ago, if you're familiar with what are known as the best interest factors when determining custody, not that long ago, a couple decades, okay, but not that long ago, domestic violence was not even one of the best interest factors to be considered by the court. Not to say that they couldn't consider it, but it wasn't a given. It was not listed as one of the best interest factors. Did you know that? Many states would have 9 or 10 best interest factors. And around 95, 96, they added whether or not there was domestic violence in the home, whether or not the child had witnessed domestic violence. It is a best interest factor that the court will consider, and rightly so. So I just want to say a couple of things. I applaud the lawyers on that case for answering the questions right on social media, because this case has just, I'll tell you, it's just grown wings, and it's just, I think, ridiculous that people, like I said earlier, are posting photos and videos of the children. I think it's wrong. That's just my opinion. But I'm not talking about the parents or the parents' lawyers. I'm talking about the people on social media who have the discussion groups and the channels who are actually posting the children's names and their photos and videos about them. You can have a discussion about a case, about the elements of the case, about what's happening with the case, without creating content that, in my opinion, violates the rights of those children. Again, that's just my opinion, and to each his own. But I do think that the lawyer made an excellent point. And I also, again, on those 911 calls, I'm just shocked that there's even a debate about it. Can you imagine how that child felt, whether he witnessed it or whether he was in the next room and he heard it happening? Can you imagine the terror that he must have felt? You don't think that matters? Really? I do.